So on seat 1, we have Jyothishraj. Seat 2, we have Shivangi. Seat 3, we have Subramaniam, who goes by Subbu. And seat 4, we have Vignesh. So let's get started. So this will be a 60 question quiz. So you'll have 3 questions per round. And obviously, everyone is familiar with the Mimir format. So we'll just go right ahead. Starting off with one for Jyotish. So Salailel Siddhaba and Lemairel Siddhabi are the supreme deities in Sanamahism, a religion practiced by which ethnic group in Northeast India. You may also identify the states they're associated with, which has seen clashes due to their long-standing demand for a scheduled tribe tag. So let me just put the timer on. Yeah.
I'll guess Nagaland.
Not Nagaland. Shivangi.
Meitei tribe.
Yeah. The Meitei from Manipur is correct. And next one for Jyotish. Mimic was the first English language feature of which director? This Mexican's works have a strong connection to fairy tales and horror, with a focus on finding beauty in the grotesque.
Del Toro.
Yeah, Guillermo del Toro is correct. And the third one for Jyotish. Which 2008 Madhur Bhandarkar movie is about aspiring model Meghna Mathur, played by Priyanka Chopra, as she rises from small town girl to supermodel, only to realize her glamorous new life has a price? The titular industry forms the setting of the film.
Fashion.
Fashion is right. And bringing us to 3 questions for Shivangi now. In 1985, expedition leader Robert Ballard, in his quest to discover the Titanic's wreck, deployed a camera array system with sonar to scan the ocean floor. He named this tethered imaging system after which mythical vessel that carried Jason on his quest for the Golden Fleece?
Largo.
Yeah, Argo is right. And next one for Shivangi. The Fallout video game series teams with literary references. In Fallout 4, in the basement of the castle, the player sees an incomplete brick wall with a hole in it, through which one can see a skeleton chained to the wall with a crate of wine next to it. This is a reference to which short story where a man lures his rival to his basement and imprisons him there?
Cask of Amontillado.
Yeah, that's right. By Edgar Allan Poe. And your last one for the round. George Blackden plays which royal in Versailles, a series set during his reign, which saw the construction of the titular palace?
I'll uh I'll pass. I won't get the number right.
Okay, Subbu,
I'm confused between two. I'll try. Louis 13th.
no. Vignesh,
Hello.
16th.
can you repeat that?
Louis the 16th.
No. Jyotish,
I'll pass.
15.
no. This is Louis the 14th,
Oh,
or
okay.
the Sun King, as
The
he's
Sun
called. So
King.
you can see
Okay.
the sun in the background.
I thought
pumping
Oh.
the one in between.
Yeah.
Yeah, Sun King. Yeah.
3 for Subbu now. Lisa from Blackpink is a global ambassador for which Italian fashion house known for its serpenti motif? It uses a V in place of a U in its trademark as a tribute to the Latin or Roman alphabet.
I'll say Bulgari, please.
Yeah, that's right. It's stylized as such. Next one for Sobu. Which English broadcaster, a man no stranger to controversies and Twitter feuds, was the host of Good Morning Britain until 2021? Burger King regretted casting him in a 2008 ad and tweeted this in response after his numerous comments on female bodies.
Like, take a better look at it. No mind. I'll try something. I'll say Piers Morgan.
Yeah, Piers Morgan is right. Don't think you need to take any better look.
No, I don't think that was absolutely necessary by any means.
Subbu. Released in 2001, Echoes is a compilation album by which band? Featuring art elements from their previous albums. This English group temporarily reformed in 2022 to release a song in support of Ukraine.
Pink Floyd, please. Oh, shit.
Pink Floyd is right.
Hello?
Yeah, yeah,
Hello?
yeah.
In architecture, it refers to a large open airspace in a building, especially common in Roman dwellings. And in biology, the term refers to one of the chambers of the mammalian heart receiving blood from the circulatory system. So, what's the good word? Basically, the same word applies to both the clues.
Is this atrium?
Yeah, atrium is right. And next one. Azerbaijan has a UNESCO intangible cultural heritage element on the art of weaving what decorative entities. It is made of multicolored wool or cotton to produce a dense texture and a pile or pile-less surface.
Um, hmm, I'm gonna guess rugs.
Yeah, that's acceptable.
Hmm.
More commonly referred to as carpets here, but it's perfectly fine. Vignesh, last one for this round. Hong Chom Nupi Nong Kalol is an ancient Meitei literary work about six girls who ascend to heaven and transform to what star cluster in the sky. This pattern is known to several cultures, including the Maori, Japanese, and Hindu, where they are known as Matariki, Subaru, and Kritaka, respectively.
Uh, hmm, uh, um, star cluster. Okay. Gonna guess the Big Dipper.
Not the Big Dipper. Jyotish,
Is it the crux, the cross?
not the cross. Shivangi,
Non-com.
passing you. Subu,
Ladies?
yeah,
It
that's right.
was.
So the
Damn it.
Pleiades
Ah.
or the
Surprised you
Seven
didn't take it.
Sisters or Messier 45 brings us to the round, brings us to the end of round one, and scores are pretty much even across the board. Let's see. Question one for Jyotish for round two. Which writer has a biography by Anne Edwards titled Road to Tara? He is best known for a landmark 1936 novel set during the American Civil War and Reconstruction era.
Margaret Mitchell?
Yeah, which is correct. Tara is the name of the plantation from Gone with the Wind, which is a famous work that we know. Next one for Jyotish. Rosé from Blackpink is a global ambassador for which American jewelry house headquartered at Fifth Avenue in Manhattan. It was delisted from the NYSE after LVMH acquired them in 2021.
Should have paid attention when she was waving the flag yesterday at Miami. Swarovski?
No? Shivangi?
Tiffany?
Yeah, Tiffany's is correct. And next one for Jyotish. What profession lends its name to this Vermeer painting? The titular figure is in the presence of charts and a globe and is seen holding dividers as he pores over a map.
But cartographer.
No. Vignesh?
Geographer?
Yeah, geographer
Oh,
is correct.
trying to make 10 fits. Yeah.
And 3 for Shivangi now. Released in 2006, Perception is a compilation album by which band? Formed in 1965 in California, the band was active for 6 years until the untimely demise of its lead singer.
Doors.
Yeah, The Doors is
A
correct.
beautiful
So
question now.
comes from The Doors of Perception by Aldous Huxley, hence their album is also called that. Shivangi, Uchek Lang Mai Dong is a Meitei folktale where a girl named Haya turns herself into what bird as she was unable to suffer the ill treatments of her stepmother. This tropical bird is revered by the Nagas and it is integral to the headgear of the Nishis in Arunachal Pradesh.
Hmm.
Toucan.
No? Jyotish?
uh, how specific you want? Okay, hornbill.
Yeah,
Yeah,
hornbill is acceptable. So this is the Great Indian Hornbill or
yeah,
the Great
because we
Hornbill.
have the Malabar hornbill in Kerala, so it's
Yeah.
different.
So always safer to go for a
Yeah, it's just the
broader
keyword.
answer.
Generic, yes.
Shivangi. Which writer has a biography by Charles J. Shields subtitled The Life Behind a Raisin in the Sun? This playwright was the first black woman to have a play performed on Broadway.
I'll pass.
Passing to Subbu. Passing you on to Vignesh.
Pass. Yeah, pass.
Passing to Jyotish.
No, pass.
Passing again. This is Lorraine
Nice.
Hansberry. So 3 questions for Subbu now. Eurovision themed parties often serve shots that represent the participating countries. Identify the liquor used at the base of this shot, topped with blended cream, to create the Finland flag shot. It is made from the dried peels of bitter Laraha oranges grown on an island in the Lesser Antilles.
Yeah. Curacao.
Yeah, Curacao or blue Curacao, as you can clearly see it here. Next one, Subu. Prisoners was the first English language feature of which director? French Canadian by birth, science fiction forms a large portion of his directorial. Ooh,
Denis Villeneuve.
yeah, that's right. And last one for this round. Kyrgyzstan and Kazakhstan have a joint UNESCO intangible cultural heritage element on traditional knowledge and skills in making what portable entities. It consists of a lattice work of bamboo or wood covered with felt.
Okay. I'll try the yacht, please.
Yeah, yurt is correct.
Nice.
And Vignesh, 3 questions. Which 2009 Madhur Bhandarkar movie is about Parak Dikshit, played by Neil Nitin Mukesh, a young man who is falsely implicated in a drug bust? He encounters several characters while awaiting trial at the titular location, trying to figure his way out.
Yeah. I'm gonna guess Agra.
No? Jyotish?
Just jail.
Yeah, as simple as that.
Cheap.
Babe.
In jail.
Okay.
And next one. Which Austronesian ethno-linguistic group is regarded as having the highest diversity and inhabit the namesake sub-region of Oceania, extending from New Guinea in the west to Fiji in the east? The group derives its name from Greek for black and islands, in reference to the people's skin color.
Mm, Melanesian.
Yeah, that's correct. So Melanesia for the Melanesians. And last one for Vignesh. Adelaide Kane plays which royal in Rain? A series that traces the life of this Scottish queen and her rise to power in Francis II's court.
Hmm. Um, Princess Anne.
No? Shivangi,
You need a number.
you can give me what you have.
Okay, Mary, Queen of Scots.
Yeah, that's correct.
Ah.
Simply Mary would also have sufficed here. And bringing us to round 3, Jyotish. Piers Morgan has been in Twitter feuds with many women, mostly by quote unquote questioning their feminism. Despite a crazy exchange, a feud with which American pop star ended well after they met and apparently had a good time. The pop star's name has been blanked out in the tweet, so I'll give you a few seconds to read it and then I'll start the timer. There we go.
I'll just say Taylor Swift.
Not Taylor Swift. Subbu?
Ariana Grande, please.
Yeah, that's right. So you can see he says thank you next, which
Mhm.
was a famous song from back then. Jyotish? In the Fallout series, the FEV is an artificial virus that turns people into mutated monsters. A journal by the mutant Swan explains how the FEV initially increased his intelligence, but then it faded away and he regressed to a feral state. This is an allusion to which novel where the titular mouse undergoes surgery to increase his intelligence?
Flowers for Algernon.
Yeah, that's right. Next one for Jyotish. In architecture, it refers to a projecting overhead roof providing shade or shelter from the outside weather. And in biology, the term refers to the dense ceiling of closely spaced trees that spread out like a roof or umbrella. So, what's the good word?
Canopy.
Canopy is right. Nicely done. And Shivangi? Jenny from Blackpink is a global ambassador for which French luxury fashion house? She is the face of their first winter sportswear line, Coco Niche, and the fine jewelry line, Coco Crush.
Chanel.
Yeah, Chanel is right. And next one for Shivangi. What profession lends its name to this Johannes Vermeer painting? The lady can be seen with the substance alluded to in the title.
Milkmaid.
Yeah, that's right. And last one. Which 2007 Madhur Bhandarkar movie focuses on people living near a roundabout in Mumbai? Their livelihood is dependent on the titular automatically operated system, which provides them a regular supply of customers in vehicles.
Fix signal.
Yeah, that's right. 3 on 3 in this round. And Subbu? In 1987, an expedition backed by American investors controversially salvaged over 1,800 subjects from the Titanic's wreck. They used a submersible named after which marine mollusk that gets its name from Greek for sailor. It also inspired the name of a similar fictional vehicle.
Yeah. Nautilus, please.
Nautilus is right. So the submersible was called the Nautile. Next one for Subbu. Elle Fanning plays which royal in The Great, an almost entirely untrue story about the longest reigning female ruler of Russia.
Catherine.
Yeah, Catherine is correct. Catherine the Great or Catherine the Second.
Catherine.
Next one for Subbu. Which Austronesian ethno-linguistic group includes the Carolinians of Northern Mariana Islands, the Kiribatis, the Marshallese, the Nauru, the Yap, and the Pohnpei? The group shares its name with a sub-region of Oceania, as well as a country with 4 small federated island states.
Micronesia, please.
Micronesia is right. And Vignesh? Identify the bar syrup used at the base of this shot, topped with cacao liquor and blue curacao to create a French flag shot. The syrup gets its name from the French name of the fruit, which is its main ingredient and imparts the ruby red color.
Uh, Pass on this. Yeah.
Passing to Jyotish.
Grenadine.
Yeah, grenadine is correct. So that's French for pomegranate. Next one for Vignesh. Scream of Stone was the first English language feature of which director? One of the pioneers of New German cinema, he is also known for his extensive work on documentaries.
Mm. No, passing on this one. Yeah.
Passing to Shivangi.
Pass.
Will pass you. Subu.
Herzog.
Yeah, Werner Herzog
So,
is right.
yeah.
And last question of round 3 for Vignesh. Which American model, who often appears as herself in various TV shows, tweeted this in response to her husband John Legend's response to Piers Morgan? Piers and she have had a long-standing feud with Legend, often chiming in the middle. So again, read for a few seconds, then I'll start the time.
Mm, uh, no, passing on this one also.
Shivangi.
Chrissy Teigen.
Yeah, that's right. It's Chrissy Teigen. Jyotish. So we're just about more than halfway through, and Subbu with a small lead, but that could change very soon.
Yeah, easily.
Jyotish. Mongolia has a UNESCO intangible cultural heritage element on the knowledge of what art form that uses reeds, birch bark, and cinnabar. This form of beautiful writing is also practiced in Chinese, Japanese, and Arabic.
Mm. You just need calligraphy.
Yeah, calligraphy
Okay.
is right.
What you want?
Next one for Jyotish. Released in 2003, The Spirit of Radio is a compilation album by which band? This Canadian trio featured the Starman motif from 2112 and the Dalmatian from Signals on the cover.
We're bad at these.
Okay,
No,
we'll have to
pass.
pass you. Vignesh.
Mm, I'm gonna guess Rush.
Yeah, just in the
Yeah.
nick of time.
I'm
This is Raj.
I'm disappointed it took you that long. I'll just say that. It's an inside
Yeah.
joke.
Okay, Jyotish. In 2015, OceanGate started to revamp an older model of its submersible for using it to provide tours of the Titanic's wreck. It was named after which race of giants from Greek mythology before it was renamed to Titan? It had a large hemispherical viewing dome akin to a round eye.
Oculus?
No. Vignesh?
Cyclops?
Yeah, Cyclops is right. And Shivangi? Which Austronesian ethno-linguistic group is the ancestor of the entire family, forming its linguistic homeland? Speaking variants of a language called Formosan today, they form only 2.8% of the namesake island's population. It is also the northernmost group of this language family.
Taiwanese.
Yeah, that's right. And next one for Shivangi. My Blueberry Nights was the first English language feature of which director? Known for his visually unique, emotionally resonant films, they are primarily set in Hong Kong.
Wong Kar-wai.
Yeah, Wong Kar-wai is right. And Shivangi, next one. Identify the liqueur used at the top of this shot over grenadine and cacao liqueur to create the Italian flag shot. Despite the name, no dairy products are actually used in its preparation, which involves steeping the eponymous herb in grain alcohol.
Dement.
Yeah, that's right. Creme de menthe or mint cream. That's literally translated there. Subbu, three for you. Which writer has a biography by Charles J. Shields titled I Am Scout? The title is a reference to the narrator from a Pulitzer Prize winning book on racial injustice in Alabama.
One second. God, I'm just frozen. Happily.
Yeah.
Oh,
Scout is the narrator
yeah, I was
from.
just frozen on Margaret
Pulitzer
Mitchell for a bit, and I trying to displace myself from there. That's all.
Good that you did. Next one for Subbu. In architecture, it refers to a small room, typically used as a waiting room, leading into a larger space like a lobby or hall. In biology, the term refers to a canal or cavity that connects and opens as an entrance to some other body part, such as in the nostrils, ears, or mouth. So, what's the good word?
Oh, sweet. I'll just say antechamber.
No?
It's not right.
Vignesh?
That was my guess as well. So pass.
Jyotish?
Non-com. Pass.
Passing to Shivangi.
Vestibule.
Yeah, nicely
Yeah,
done.
that
Nice.
was my guess.
Nice.
Nice one.
And next one for Subbu. In Meitei mythology, Marjing is the god of war who was created to control Samadon Ayangba, the divine horse. According to legend, he invented which modern game that was traditionally played by 7 players on each side and used the kangdrum, a ball made from bamboo root.
I'll just say polo, please.
Yeah, polo is right. And 3 for Vignesh. What profession lends its name to this Vermeer painting? The titular figure appears to be inspecting a celestial globe, which was essential for practitioners of this profession.
Astronomer?
Yeah, astronomer is right. And next one. Mr. Handy is a maintenance robot in the Fallout series. When Detective Nick Valentine sees a statue of Mr. Handy at the General Atomics Galleria, he quips, I am Mr. Handy, yes, tidier of things. Look upon this room I cleaned and despair. This is a reference to which poem that was meant to assert power, no matter how impressive, is fleeting.
Um, Invictus?
No? Jyotish?
Ozymandias?
Yeah, that's right.
Achi.
So the original line is such. And last question of the round for Vignesh. Released in 1993, Message in a Box is a compilation album by which band? The band broke up in 1986 after 9 years, and its lead singer has found global success in a solo career.
Six.
You'll have to
Yeah,
pass here.
pass. Yeah.
Subbu?
The police, Sting and the police.
Yeah,
Oh,
that's right.
nice.
You can see the police badge there. And last round, Jyotish, 3 questions for you. Which Austronesian ethno-linguistic group consists of the Highlanders, Merina and Betisolio, and the coastal dwellers, Mahafali and Sakalawa? The westernmost group in the family, they are far from Oceania and belong to the namesake biodiversity-rich, isolated island in a different continent.
The Malagasy in Madagascar.
Yeah,
Yeah.
well done.
Oh, lovely.
Next one. Identify the liqueur brand used in the middle layer of this shot between creme de menthe and orange liqueur to create the Irish flag shot. Prepared with whiskey, cream, and cocoa, this Diageo owned brand is considered the original Irish cream.
Baileys.
Yeah. And next one. Kem Yigit Uzumoglu plays which royal in Rise of Empires Ottoman, a series tracing the fall of Constantinople and the events that follow.
Um, I don't know. Attila the Hun?
No? Vignesh?
Pass.
Shivangi?
Take non copy.
Pass.
Subbu?
I don't want to use this. Pass, please.
Passing? Yeah. Any guesses?
Lemon.
Non-comps?
It's not Suleiman, is it?
Not Suleiman.
1453. Who will be there?
So the regnal number is 2, if that helps at all.
Osman.
Maybe it doesn't. No, this is Mehmed the Second,
Mehmed the Second.
the
Yeah, yeah.
conqueror. And 3 questions for Shivangi now. Tajikistan and Turkmenistan, along with other countries in the region, have a joint UNESCO Intangible Cultural Heritage element on the production of what substance? Integral to textiles and an important trade commodity.
Silk.
Yeah, you can see the silkworm larvae sort of being used to extract the silk in the image. Next one for Shivangi. Which British actress did Piers Morgan argue via tweets for her double standard of calling out Beyonce for naked pictures but going topless herself in a Vanity Fair shoot? J.K. Rowling chimed in, claiming that the perks of being a wallflower star, is an inspirational woman.
I think we couldn't hear him.
Oh, Emma Watson.
Yeah, that's right. And last one for Shivangi. In architecture, it refers to raised wooden platforms set up around a building during its construction. In biology, the term refers to a class of proteins that localize enzymes to certain locations in the cell, constituting a physical platform for biochemical reactions. So, what's the good word?
Scaffolding.
Yeah, that's right. Another good 3 on 3 for you. And Subbu, 3 for you now. What profession lends its name to this Vermeer painting. The subject can be seen knitting the titular delicate fabric, traditionally colored white.
The lace maker.
Yeah, lace maker is correct. Next one for Subbu. Which 2005 Madhur Bhandarkar movie is about journalist Madhavi Sharma, played by Konkona Sen Sharma, and the tabloid culture in Mumbai? She is tasked with reporting on celebrities, and her pieces are published in the titular section of the newspaper.
The page 8.
No? Vignesh?
Page 3.
Page 3 is right.
3. Yeah, my bad.
Clearly, Subbu not reading enough tabloids.
Or been a while since I've been at with the newspaper.
That's
Indictment of
also
my
fair.
reading.
Okay, next one, Subbu. In Fallout 4, the player can speak to an NPC named Hawthorne who warns the players against visiting the ruins of a nearby town named Salem. This is a reference to which play based on real life incidents where Judge Hawthorne is a vocal critic of the activities of witches in the town of Salem. Its author wrote the work as an allegory for McCarthyism.
Crucible.
Yeah, The Crucible by Arthur Miller is right. And brings us to the final three questions of the quiz. Vignesh. Which writer has a biography by Ruth Franklin subtitled A Rather Haunted Life? Her best known works include The Haunting of Hill House and We Have Always Lived in the Castle.
Or best. Pass.
Passing. Jyotish.
Pass.
Shivangi.
Pass.
Subbu.
No, I'll remember it. Pass.
Some SH name, Shah something.
Yeah. First name is Shirley.
Yeah,
Shirley
Shirley.
No.
Yeah.
Shirley Jackson.
Jackson.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Jackson.
Ah. Syllabic memory.
And Vignesh. In 1991, a joint Russian American expedition used two submersibles to carry out 17 dives to the Titanic's wreck. These vehicles share their name with which program that operated in low Earth orbit from 86 to 2001? They get their name from Russian for world or peace.
Is this the Mir MIR?
Yeah, that's correct.
Nice.
This is the Mir program. And brings us to the final question of the quiz. Jisoo from Blackpink is a global ambassador for which French luxury goods house, known for its tank watches and love bracelets. She is wearing jewels with the iconic panther motif here.
Cartier.
And that is correct. Ending on a high note. So close game throughout with Shivangi and Subbu ending on a tie at 17 apiece, and Jyotish and Vignesh not too far behind. Well played, everyone, and
Yeah.
great
Nice
game.
set. Thank you.
Super fun
Yeah.
set.
Nice
Well
set.
played all.
And hope to see you guys in the next upcoming season of ZQL Cultish, where
Sure.
we'll hopefully furnish you with some more fun days and questions like this.
Great.
All right.
Looking
Thanks
forward
all.
to it.
Thank you.